I'm back with another video, and I just want to come through and tell y'all that I grew my hair. Can you believe it? Like, I soon tell you the remedy, you know, them inches. Shorty got them inches. Shorty got them inches. Shorty got them inches. Hey. Okay, let me relax, because Shorty is also not feeling well. And I just wanted to come through. I'm super hyped because this turned out better than I thought. My second time doing knotless braids in a whole. I did it on my friend before I did it on myself, and I filmed that video and whatever, but I didn't post it because I did a poll on my community tab, and I was basically asking him what kind of hairstyle y'all want to see from me, and I listed a few hairstyles, and I also said comment, and the one that got the most votes was the small knotless braids. Now, I was really skeptical because I didn't want to do it, because I tried to do it when my hair was sectioned bigger for these. It was the same diamond parts all over my head, and it was supposed to be for knotless braids, but it was a whole lot bigger. I didn't like how it came out. In my previous New Year's hairstyle video, I showed the Senegalese twist and the knotless braids, and I did not like how the knotless braids came out, and that was the first attempt I did the knotless braids on my head. Now, the second attempt, like I said, was on my friend, but I will be posting that video after this one. So, with no further ado, we're gonna get into seeing how Shorty grew her hair to this blue ombre overnight. So here is the video. It was supposed to be up last week, but I didn't do it. I washed my hair and everything, and I ended up getting in one of my moves, and I did not touch my hair for a week. So this week I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and do this hairstyle before, like, you guys get uninterested, I get uninterested, and we don't got a hairstyle. So the original idea was not for diamond parts. I was actually gonna make some arrow looking parts, kind of like a puzzle part type ish, but you know, smaller, and it just wasn't coming out right. It was hard for me to do it because it was hard for me to see in the back of my head, trying to get the arrows like in a particular way that I wanted. So right now I'm just showing you guys how I started off my first knotless braid, and I will be switching up how I add the hair because I just had to find a way that was more comfortable to me, and different techniques worked for different size. So when I mean size, like the way I parted out my hair, different sections are bigger than others. So all my diamond parts are not evenly sectioned, so they're not uniformed. I have some diamond parts that's thicker in size, and I have some diamond parts that is smaller in size. So like for instance, this hair that I parted out is thin, and my hair is fine at the roots. So when I started adding this thick hair, it worked for the first section, but it didn't work for this one. And the strands are just too thick. They seem skinny, but they're just not skinny enough to give me that seamless look. It actually creates more of a knotted look instead of a knotless look. So when I felt that, I was like, nah, I gotta take this out because it don't feel seamless. So I go ahead and I add my first piece, and you see how much more skinnier that is, and I go ahead and braid it down before I bring the other piece of hair down. Then I add my other extension, and I do the same thing, but for this one I just continue to do it like a regular feed-in braid, like if I was just feeding the hair in normally. So I have a different technique every time I do it. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you again what I'm doing in a few seconds. So I'm parting out another section. This one is a little thicker. So again, I'm not even doing a full braid yet. Before I can even finish that braid, I'm gonna add that piece, only half of that strand I'm gonna braid down into the braid, and then I'm gonna bring the other half of the strand down, add another piece of hair, do the same thing, and then after that piece I'm gonna just start adding them in like a regular feed-in braid, like how I do my normal feed-in braids. That's how I add the hair for these knotless braids. I hope that's making sense. I have it at normal speed for a reason, so y'all can see a little bit of what I'm doing. This hairstyle is very easy, but doing it on yourself can be a little challenging because number one, you can't see, and if you have short hair, you got to worry about is your hair sticking out of the braid. My hair has always sticked out my braids. It don't matter when my hair was longer, shorter. The ends of my hair never seems to want to stay in the braid. For some odd reason, the way my hair grows, like when it comes out the root, it grows fine, but towards the end, whether my ends are clipped or not, they just thick. They're really, really thick at the ends, and they have always, no matter what I do, stick out of braids, whether I twist my hair, braid my hair. So this is when I decided to have that fine idea to do the diamond parts, because the arrow parts was just not looking right. It wasn't working out. So I'm gonna speed through this process because I don't want it to be repetitive. For those that saw my previous video, I basically showed how I do the diamond parts. They're just a lot bigger than the ones that I'm doing now. So I'm still showing you guys the technique and what I do to accomplish it. So I did one side, I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, and here you go. This is the video. Click on it after you finish watching this one to see a more in-depth diamond parting, I guess. And I didn't show how I did the back in that video, but I'm gonna just give y'all a rundown of how I did the back real quick. Same process as the front. I'm just parting diagonally down my head, you know, to the nape of my head, but the same process. So this is what I filmed like 2 weeks ago when I did my New Year's hairstyle, but I never, you know, stick to the diamond parts in the back. So here you go. Now I'm gonna show you guys, like, I put my shining gem on my roots, I comb that out, and I'm gonna braid my hair one time fully. Then I'm gonna add my piece of hair and continue braiding it down like if I'm doing a feed and braid. The only difference is that I'm not braiding my hair to my scalp, to my root. I'm just literally feeding the hair in as I'm braiding. So yeah, it's basically like doing a feed and braid. So I continue to do these with the pieces that seem thick enough to do that with, like braiding it one time, adding the hair in and keeping it pushing. Now here's around my hairline, and it's a little thinner around here. So as you see, I didn't braid that completely. I did it like how I did the back, and I add the hair to the root instead, and that way it'll make the root a little thicker. It don't look like a knot, it just makes the root a little thicker so that all of the braids look like even, kind of uniform. I don't want my part, I didn't care if my parts wasn't uniform, but I did want my braids to seem like they were all the same size. All my braids are not the same size, but I just wanted that illusion that they were. So I just continue to add the hair, feed the hair in until I got the thickness that I wanted, so that the braids don't look too skinny, even though that's a real small section of hair that I'm working with. So these are my last two pieces, and I'm gonna just speed through this one real quick because y'all honestly saw how I've been feeding in the hair. But my last piece, I'm gonna completely slow it down. I'm not gonna even do it at normal speed. I'm gonna slow it down so y'all really get a gist of what I'm doing. So here is the slowdown. I remember all of y'all come for me when I said I was slowing it down in my puzzle part, and y'all was like, I speeded it up. So y'all cannot say I speed shit up, because this joint is slowed down. So y'all can see exactly what I'm doing, how I'm adding the hair in and everything. And I think that, you know, the braids came out dope. Like, for my first time actually doing my full head, I feel like they came out dope. When I did it bigger, it just wasn't working, and I just opted to not do it. But the smaller sections doing the knotless braids, at least on my head, came out a lot better. Now these are so easy. Now I know why everybody wants knotless braids. I was able to go to sleep with no pain. I was able to put my hair up in a ponytail. I was able to do a lot. I was able to flip it side to side with no problem. So these are what the ends look like. Like, even if I didn't want to dip them, they would have been fine, but I was still going to dip them because they look fuzzy. So I dipped the hair. I didn't show that on camera, but now I'm putting mousse to seal everything in and help with my natural hair to blend in. I'm using the spritz because my natural hair want to just poke out these braids so bad. So I'm adding the spritz to help at least keep my natural hair in the braid a little bit longer. I'm going to wrap it up with my do-rag, and I'm going to tuck everything in. I'm going to go ahead and sit under my hooded dryer for a bit, and when I finish, my hair is going to look like this. It's going to look like this. And I'm actually really proud of myself. You guys tell me what you guys think. For my first try actually trying to do this on my head, taking it seriously, like, tell me, lovelies, what you think. Give me your opinions and stuff like that. But this is the finished look, and until next time, lovelies, later.